Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I'm going to break down the Taurus New Moon coming in on April 27th. I will tell you how everyone will feel that energy collectively. I'm also going to break it down into all 12 signs, how the Taurus New Moon energy can best be harvested. And of course, I will read for the collective and offer some free and paid mini readings at the end. We do have a very special live giveaway tonight. So if you participate in the readings, whether they are free or paid readings, energy exchange readings, you will be entered in our giveaway. Very special gift tonight. I'm going to give away a PLR tumbler. All right, guys, let's jump in. We are multi streaming, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I see Diana coming in. Welcome. Hello. Welcome. Facebook, I see. All right, looks like Twitch is rolling. All right, guys, I'm going to jump right into the information so we can get that portion knocked out. Sherry comes in. Sherry already warned me. She said it's very possible I may put her to sleep tonight. I told her it's okay. We heal when we're sleeping, right? All right, guys. Let's do a little recap before we jump to Taurus New Moon. Let's do a little recap because a lot has happened, and I think it happened so quickly that some of us may be like a little like, what, right? Sandra gives us audio and picture check. Thank you, Sandra. I forgot to check to make sure our audio was good, so thank you so much. All right, so a little recap, right? First, we went through the winter months, right, here in the Northern Hemisphere. We had a very long winter. Do you guys remember January was like 6 months long? Do you guys remember that? And it felt like that month was so long, it took forever. And then finally, winter came to an end there at the end of March. We started Aries season, thank goodness. I believe it was March 20th. We had the spring equinox, so that kicked off Aries season here again, Northern Hemisphere. I'm in the U.S., guys. I'm in Kentucky currently. I'm traveling a lot in this later part of my life. I've noticed. We're going to talk about that a little bit, I think, tonight. But anyway, so we went. Aries season kicks off. In the end of March there, and then went through. Now. um, and Taurus season just kicked in, guys. We're live streaming on the 21st. This new moon is going to peak on the 27th. So that's when new moon energy will be here. But let's talk about Aries season for just a moment because I don't want to jump through it too quickly because I don't think people realize exactly what all happened. So when Aries season kind of kicked off, it really kicked off the astrological new year, starting with that spring equinox, of course. And it was all this bold, fiery energy, and people really felt motivated to like chase their goals, embrace confidence. We were definitely working with like impulsive energy. I think that's something that we've seen some pitfalls in. I'm able to learn some lessons then, right? It was this energy of charge ahead, but a reminder to pause before making any rash decisions. I feel like that was really Aries season. We also went through eclipses. You guys remember the eclipses? So there was some big shakeups with the eclipses, right? We had the lunar eclipse in Libra. That eclipse really focused on relationships, balance, fairness, and it wasn't just relationships with like your significant other relationship. This was relationships and partnerships in general, all of them. So romantic, professional, friendships, all of that stuff. And there was a lot of letting go at this time. And really, I think what's interesting that I saw for the collective is there was a lot of letting go, but then there was also like if you didn't break up or get out of a relationship, then you really doubled down, right? Like there was a lot of letting go of relationships that weren't serving our greater good. And then there was a lot of like major commitments made during that eclipse time at the same time, right? So the eclipse energy, I think, was a lot bigger. Again, so much was happening so fast, and I think we didn't really get an opportunity to see how powerful that eclipse season was. Definitely brought new beginnings all the way around. We also had retrogrades, guys. Mercury was retrograde, Venus was retrograde, and here's the thing about these planets that were retrograde. these are our personal planets. So when our personal planets go retrograde, those smaller planets, right? They impact us on a daily, it's a every single day we're dealing with that retrograde energy, right? I understand, like, we went through the Pluto retrograde. Pluto is actually fixing to retrograde again, guys. It's fixing to retrograde again. It will stay in Aquarius. I don't believe it is coming back into Capricorn, but that is happening just here, actually, just in the next very soon, very soon. I don't want to call the date because I think I'm going to get it wrong. End of April, beginning of May. So very soon happening. And when Pluto goes retrograde, that's going to be this really like slow, deep burn of transformation. So we had Venus, Mercury, and those retrogrades dealt with everything that we knew it was going to, right? The miscommunication, the tech glitches, delays, and it was all in that fiery Aries, right? Arguments were amplified, impulsive choices were dealt with, right? I do feel like the lesson at the time was to slow down and really double check everything and avoid any major commitments during that particular time. So Pluto, again, is going to be the next planet that goes retrograde. We also have Saturn going retrograde, coming right up. So retrogrades will come back around, but we're currently in a little bit of a pause. So I want to talk about that pause a little bit before we talk about Taurus New Moon, because I feel like that pause with the retrogrades is kind of giving us the idea, or like the sneak peek of Taurus New Moon energy, because the pause in the retrogrades is definitely this energy of things finally starting to settle down. So Aries season kicks off, spring equinox kicks off, everything went off with like a boom, right? Like I was saying, and then now as Taurus season starts to move in, and as the planets have all went direct currently they're all direct. Excuse me. It does give us this energy of excuse me, grounding into what we've learned, right? Grounding into the energies that we just experienced. All right, so that's a little bit of, looking back what we just went through. So let's look at now Taurus New Moon energy. All right. All right, so let's start with the key themes. Taurus New Moon is going to peak on April 27th. April 27th. So the key themes for the new moon, it's Earth energy because it's Taurus, right? So the focus is going to be on finances, self-worth, nature, and grounding. Grounding is going to be key. New beginnings, of course, because we're going to be starting projects that are going to be related to money, home, and really focused on projects that deal with long-term goals. There will be the Venus influence, because remember, Venus does rule Taurus, so it's love, beauty, and values is what's going to take center stage as we experience the Taurus new moon energy. This is going to be a time to set practical goals when it comes to things like budgets, savings, and self-care routines. I think for us, self-care routines is going to be huge. You want to avoid stubbornness at this time. You want to stay open to change, even while you're craving stability. And you want to indulge mindfully. That Venus energy is going to want to indulge, right? Taurus loves luxury, but balance your treats with discipline. The collective impact for the Taurus new moon is going to be a focus on security. So people may feel driven to save, invest, or even declutter your home. Slowing down is also going to be key. I got to experience that energy just in the last couple of days. It's going to be an energy. See, Taurus resists rushing, right? This is going to be like where collective patience grows with this new moon. Of course, there's a nature connection as well. So spending time outdoors or and gardening could be very healing at this time. I am really excited. I want to start a not just an herb garden, but like how they have like the what's it called? Like where you put all your plants in the building. It's all made out of glass, you know what I'm saying? The sun can look in there. I don't know why all of a sudden I lost that word. But I want one of those so badly, right? And what's interesting is like back in the day, I wanted one of those little garden room things to, put other kinds of plants in there. And, interesting enough, it's like now I really want to put like herbs and plants and vegetables in there, right? So how interesting. All right, so let's break it down, all 12 signs. And guys, when I do this one, it's going to be your sun and your rising sign. Your sun and your rising, I'd listen to both. All right, so let's start with Aries. The focus with the Taurus new moon is going to be money and possessions. You want to create a budget or negotiate a raise at this time. Taurus, this is your new moon. So your focus is going to be your personal goals and self image. You want to start a habit that boosts confidence at this time. For example, exercise. Gemini is next. You want to rest in spirituality is going to be your focus with the Taurus new moon. You want to meditate and take a tech-free day. All right, Cancer, Taurus, new moon is going to be all about friends and community for you. So you want to plan a gathering or join a group project. Leo, the Taurus new moon focus for you will be career and reputation. You want to set professional goals at this time. This would be a perfect time to update your resume. Virgo, Taurus new moon will have you traveling and learning. This could be a time to enroll in a course or plan a future trip. Libra, Taurus new moon is going to have a focus on shared resources. This could be things like loans or taxes. It is tax season, right? This can be a time to review some contracts, pay off debt at this time, Libra. All right, Scorpio. So the focus for you with the Taurus new moon is going to be your relationships and partnerships. Have a heartfelt talk with loved ones with Taurus new moon energy. Sagittarius, your focus with the Taurus new moon is all about health and daily routines. How is that daily routines coming along for Sagittarius? I feel like Spirit has had a big focus on discipline in your daily routines for the sign of Sagittarius, just in general. So you're going to start things like meal prepping or maybe even a fitness plan with the Taurus new moon. All right, Capricorn is next. So, sun or rising. Your focus with the Taurus new moon is going to be creativity and romance. Try a new hobby or plan a date night. Aquarius, Taurus new moon is going to be home and family for you. Organize your space or reconnect with relatives. And closing it out with Pisces. Pisces, your focus is going to be communication and siblings, and you may want to write, journal, or reach out to your siblings. All right, here's how everyone can best harvest the Taurus new moon energy that comes in on April 27th. Ground yourself, walk barefoot outside, garden, put your hands in the dirt, or even cook a hearty meal. This could be a perfect time for financial check-in, so review your savings, declutter to sell some of those items as well. Plant literal seeds as herbs or vegetables, like I was talking about earlier, and really a time to also embrace slow growth. Build your routine step by step because Taurus rewards patience. Use the earthy new moon to build a foundation that lasts. All right, guys, that's what I have for Taurus new moon. I hope that information was helpful. I see we have a list going over in the chat. I got my lemon water today, ladies. Lemon water. All right. So I'm going to start with a collective reading first, and I am going to stick with just some tarot tonight. Did you guys see that? Interesting. I'm going to start with Llewellyn Tarot. We have the Moon, the Nine of Cups, the Sun, see Page of Wands, and Ace of Cups. Page of Cups is normally overflow of emotion, but I'm getting a little fearful energy. Page of Wands is like you've started a new journey or a new path. You could be hesitant of a new journey or a new path. I am reading for the collective, so we're looking at both masculine and feminine. For the masculine, the moon coming out just tells me that this Taurus new moon is going to be really impactful. It's going to be really important that the masculine pay attention to their finances at this time, ground that energy as well. Remember, stay very calm and centered as you work through the energy, but maybe even look at ways to um, declutter, find things to sell, save, budget, that type of energy. The Taurus new moon could also illuminate something of financial matter for the masculine energy. For feminine energy, I have Nine of Cups. This is all about divine wishes being granted. I feel like since the beginning of our spiritual awakening, Spirit has really had us focus on our financial independence. I don't think that's going to be like for no reason at all, right? Like there's definitely purpose there. The Sun is going to be as the bridging energy. The Sun, of course, could just be bright joy and happiness. But there's something about our attitude and behavior is what I'm getting with that card. Jenna says, I cleaned out my closet today. All right, so I'm going to clarify a little bit. I'm starting with the Light Seers Tarot. Let's look at that moon energy for divine masculine. The owl is sticking out to me. Whenever I see the owl in tarot, I always get this energy like we're starting to implement. We've gained some type of wisdom and we're starting to use that energy now, right? The Magician comes out, which is interesting because Taurus New Moon is going to be all about manifestation. In fact, the free reading that I'm offering tonight is about your manifestation intentions. I think when we put a little bit more focus on that and we really start to see things start to come in, we're going to start to get a little bit more excited about 2025. I do feel that 2025, the astrology just kind of points to me that this is the year where we implement, we integrate the things we've been learning for the last, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And now we're actually going to start to see like physical proof of what we've learned, if that makes sense, right? So not really too surprised to see the Magician coming out. Ace of Wands is fate, destiny. I feel like it's more about time. And then Ace of Swords comes out. I'm getting this energy like cycles. So clarity, understanding, there could be some new communication coming from divine masculine as well, because something is manifesting and coming to fruition. And I'm just saying, I feel like for divine masculine, it's pretty clear that that's going to be, some type of financial situation. All right, Nine of Cups, divine wishes being granted. I know it's weird to say, but we're moving into the time of 2025 where we're really going to start to get some of the things that we've been wanting. And I know you're probably like looking at your, current position and you're like, Rosa, how is that even possible? I promise it's amazing how quickly things can change, right? But there is this energy like, and I feel like a lot of us are probably already starting to see the changes in our lives, especially if we're really active in our spiritual awakening and really, disciplined in our daily practices. But I think for the people that are just like, having spiritual awakening where you're just kind of getting dragged along, kicking and screaming, most likely you're already starting to see that one, you can manifest easier, right? I think that's something that people say to me that's more common now than it used to be. I feel like people really struggled to manifest before, and now it's like, oh my gosh, I did that, and it's happening. Like I can do it a lot quicker, right? But I think for divine feminine, I see the Seven of Cups here. Nine of Cups is your energy point. So it's like this energy of divine wishes are being granted. But for some of you divine feminines, I feel like it's very possible that you were wishing on something for a period of time, and now that that wish is like has you've manifested it, it's come to fruition, you may be questioning yourself, like, is that something that I really wanted? Is that the route that I really wanted to go? Seven of Cups is all about the choices that we make. I also see the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is like that confirmation, anxiety. So masculine energy circling, I'll get some English out. Closing out a cycle that has to do with financial such hardships is what I'm getting. I feel like they're starting to manifest new financial opportunities. And for divine feminine, because we've been working on this energy for so long, I feel like it's very possible that it's more about the quickness to it and more about deciding, is this something that we really want? And I think the Justice card comes out for big confirmation there. All right, let's look at the Sun card. So again, the Sun card is normally about joy and happiness and, illumination and that type of thing. But there was something about our attitude is the word that I heard, and behavior. So let's see what comes out there. All right, Ten of Swords comes out. So it's like it's time to lay our swords down. It's a time of completion. Something that's been very painful and very challenging has come to a completion. The Hermit is here. That could be Dark Night of the Soul, spiritual awakening. And Seven of Swords is here. Seven of Swords could have something to do with leveling up. It could also have something to do with deceit. Keeping secrets is what I just heard. On the bottom is Six of Swords, being guided to calmer waters. I wonder what secrets we're keeping. I feel like I know what it is. It's probably going to be the, how many of you are, like, if I asked you how you're doing, how many of you would tell me that you're fine? How many of you use the word fine? When someone says, how are you doing, Sandra? Do you go, oh, I'm fine? Or how are you doing, Diana? Oh, I'm fine. That's been the thing for me. I feel like Spirit's been having me speak up more when I'm not fine. All right, let's pull some head, heart, and higher self. We have the Courage card coming out for Divine Masculine in the headspace. We have the Discipline in the heart space, so big confirmation there. We have Blame coming out in higher self. It says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. That is going to be higher self lesson for Divine Masculine. Courage says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. The Discipline could be a message. It says, I accomplished what I set my mind to. But I think it's actually really possible I feel like that's actually what Divine Masculine is putting their focus on at this time. All right, we have Surrender coming out for Divine Feminine. I can release my need to control. Pride coming out. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Purpose comes out for higher self lesson. I know what I'm here to do. I do see the failure card as well. It says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And I think it's very possible for both Divine Feminine and Masculine. For Divine Masculine, there could have been a mistake or a delay when it comes to financial matters. And for Divine Feminine, there could have been a mistake or a delay when it comes to divine wishes being granted, right? Like things you were manifesting, things that you wanted or thought that you wanted, that type of issue. All right, I am going to pull some messages. And I'm going to use the OGs tonight. I am offering love messages tonight, guys. So I have all three. We have the Twin Flame message cards, the Soulmate love messages, and then, of course, the OG message cards. Diana says, if I say fine, you know I'm lying. All right, let's start with divine masculine to divine feminine. Why do I matter so much? The moon is our telephone. Connect with me. That's pretty interesting because the moon came out strongly for divine masculine. Step up or get out of the way comes out. It's pretty. Please be patient. Divine feminine to divine masculine. I know you're upset with me. I'm sorry. And I will reach out to you soon. On the bottom, this is too hard. Why can't I cut you off? All right. Pulled out the magic of the unicorns for guidance. So why do I matter so much is pretty interesting. I feel like that's, we talk about how it's about the, purpose and not the person. To step up and get out of the way or get out of the way is interesting to me as well. I feel like that's kind of what's happened, especially in my own personal journey. Guidance card, new opportunities, declutter your life, glimpse a magical doorway. I love it because that's so perfect. I don't know how many times I said the word declutter, but that's exactly what we're doing with this Taurus new moon energy. So I do feel that the Taurus new moon energy coming in is going to give us this opportunity to declutter. And it's going to be a lot of things, whether that's just cleaning out our home, a storage shed, maybe a car, a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But I do feel like it is this energy of removing all of that stagnant energy, everything that's not serving our greater good. On the bottom, I have your personal unicorn. Bathe in pure love and stay open to unicorn magic. All right, guys, that's going to be the collective. I'll show you guys what we're doing tonight. While I clean up really quickly, I believe next Monday we're going to look at the May transit. So we'll do astrology transits next Monday. I'm trying to decide when to do the May twin flame energy update. I may do it this Friday. I'm not 100% sure just yet. I think I'm going to stick with Llewellyn tonight. And anyone who gets a reading, I'll pull a guidance card from the Magic of the Unicorn Oracle. And that's the free reading that I'm offering tonight. You see on your screen. Oh, guys, I almost forgot. Taurus New Moon workbook. I've decided to do this thing. So if you guys are joining me tonight and you're here and you're watching, I'm not advertising it anywhere. Go back to it. That one. Like I haven't shared this out anywhere. So if you're watching tonight live and you would like to check out my Taurus New Moon workbook, send me an email, message me if you have that capability. And I will send you this workbook for free, absolutely free. I do these because I create them for myself with each new moon and full moon. And so I was doing this one and I thought, man, why don't I offer these to everyone else, right? But I haven't decided where I'm going to put them. If I'm going to do it like on my website, if I'm going to do it on Etsy, maybe just over on Facebook, who knows? So what I've decided to do is if I give you one for absolutely free, the only thing that I ask in exchange is that you give me a little feedback and let me know, is it useful? Is it something that you would use? Is it something that you would, do? And that type of stuff. So yeah, let me know, guys, if anyone is interested in the Taurus New Moon workbook. I will gladly share that with you after the live stream. All right. All right, I see the list, Michelle. So we have Marie on Facebook, Dina on YouTube, Diana is talking to heaven, Michelle. And as I should mention, that tonight's giveaway is our last giveaway. It is our last giveaway for my birthday month. I'm not going to do the last week of April. We started last week of March. So I tried to make this one a big one. So, Sandra. And on the Tumblr, guys, I can make it whatever I want. So if you win, not only can I design whatever I want on it, but I can sell it for members only, like over on my webpage. So you can pick the design, we can put your name on it. How cool is that, right? Vanessa Raviti. Marie Taylor. It's like I've been waiting from the beginning, girl. Have mercy. Takes too long around here. All right, Marie. Marie on Facebook is first time viewer. Are you sure? I don't know. I feel like that name that energy feels a little familiar. Are you sure? All right, so here's what I'm gonna tell you, Marie Taylor. Are you ready? Everybody who is going in the drawing, I'm picking the winner tonight, like at the end of this live stream. This live stream has the potential to last, oh, I don't know. What do you guys say? Like 2 hours at least, right? At least 2 hours. And you have to be here at the end in order to win, Marie Taylor. So I hope if we draw your name that you're able to hang out with us tonight. If not, by chance, I will keep drawing until the winner is here. All right. Okay, so I see Marie is first, but I don't see what reading Marie Taylor is getting. Are we doing Taurus New Moon? Amanda, hello. Amanda says, I'm a winner. You are. right, Marie Taylor. Are we doing general guidance, talking to heaven, or do you want to see how you're going to manifest with the Taurus New Moon? All right, Marie Taylor wants a general. We're just going to see what Spirit wants to talk to Marie Taylor about. Ooh, that was easy. Ooh. Your choices. Are you watching someone? Someone could be watching you. Page of Swords comes out. Page of Swords is the stalker card, like someone's watching something. But Seven of Cups is choices. So I feel like Spirit wants to talk to you about the choices that you're making, maybe who you're talking to or who you're watching. And Two of Wands comes out. Two of Wands says you have a really important decision that you need to make. Knight of Cups is here as well. There could be two people. You could be feeling pulled or drawn between two people. Knight of Cups is about getting enough courage to tell someone how you feel. Two of Wands could also have something to do with expectations. Like you could be waiting patiently for someone and you may be watching something they're doing and you think like something's not going to happen. Those are just your thoughts, not necessarily true. The new opportunity comes back out. I just read that for the collective. And then uncored relationships. That's probably it right there, right? It says, let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. The uncording. First, let's talk about the cord. So when you're having a specific type of spiritual awakening journey, we deal with cords, right? And actually you deal with cords in all types of relationships, but especially this one, it's like we try to cut cords with this person or this person that we have this type of awakening with. And we expend a lot of energy and waste a lot of time and energy trying to do this. And then we learn that it's not about cutting a cord, but it's about healing the wound where you're hooked in at, right? Like where the cord is hooked in at. So I think where it says uncord relationships, let go now, forgiveness is freedom. There's definitely something we need to choose something, pick something, and then stick to that route. You got the declutter card as well, but it's more of this energy of healing some type of wound that is still there. That's what I'm getting. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Hope that was helpful. All right, next. Next, I have Dina. Dina is going to do Taurus New Moon. Comes in on the 27th, guys. 27th. Divine timing. Welcome. All right, so we have finished Marie's. We need Dina. Say hi to me in the comments. All right, Dina, here we go. Taurus New Moon, the first thing I'm going to look at is what is your manifestation intention? What is your manifestation intention? Two cards come out. Temperance, I see the woman at the well. King of Swords comes out. Manifestation intention, you're trying to manifest someone speaking their truth. This could be you, like the lady at the well. In other words, you've tried to like um, find relationships where people cherished you, or just showed you the type of love or amount of love that you showed them. Someone who was, as committed as you were. Um, type of energy, and it's like one relationship didn't work, so you're like, okay, well, I'll just meet someone else, and then that relationship didn't work either, and so you're like, okay, well, let me try again, and then that relationship didn't work either. And then you realize that you have to heal you because you're just drawing certain people towards you. Maybe certain people that like communicate a certain way, right? But I think what you're trying to manifest is the healing from that situation, and maybe even an opportunity where you're able to speak your authenticity. You're able to tell someone like what they did, or the outcome to something. It's like this energy of speaking your truth. It's also possible that you want the person that hurt you, the person that caused you to have this woman at the well type of energy with the Temperance card, to like speak their truth, and maybe they like maybe you want them to apologize or say they're sorry, or something like that. All right, let's look at the resources to gather. So something caused this healing to happen. I see Page of Wands, spiritual awakening. Eight of Pentacles is focus, dedication. Queen of Cups is on the bottom. So it's like where you're going to gather your resources. Um, your mind, your focus, your inner eye, your inner knowing. Queen of Cups is also the unconditional love, but it's the nurturing, the self-care, taking care of yourself type of energy. I feel like Spirit's saying that you need to focus on how well you take care of yourself, how much time you invest into yourself, how well you replenish your cup. All right, let's look at new moon outcome for Dina. New moon outcome. Temperance so far, the only major arcana is Sagittarius energy. I would look on your chart and see where Sagittarius is for you. What planets are in that house? I could give you a big clue as well. Is how this energy will impact you. All right, so I see the Fool card here. So the new moon outcome. Remember, new moon is giving us this new opportunity. The Fool card comes out, and I just got done saying that there wasn't any other major arcanas. The Fool card is a major arcana, and it is this energy of um, wanting to take a leap of faith. I do feel like you were restricted in some way. Could have something to do with that King of Swords energy, or maybe even this King of Pentacles energy on the bottom. But it's like whatever this new moon opportunity is, it allows you to take some type of leap of faith, some type of new journey. Because remember, the Fool card is the first card, and tarot, which is all about the Fool's journey. All right, let's pull a guidance card again. Magic of the Unicorn. So you have Sagittarius and Aries energy. Shower of blessings. Open yourself to receive and then pay it forward. Cosmic Emerald is on the bottom. Create perfect health and access divine abundance. Look at that card. That's the one. All right. I'm going to leave that there, Dina. I hope that was helpful. All right, next I have Diana. Ooh, we have someone on Twitch. You need to add to the list. Twitch, we're multi-streaming. I know. You're like, what are you doing? So we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I can see all of your chats from all locations. But we do have a list. Oh, I tried to open my Twitch and I had to accept their terms of services before it would let me in there. All right. I got it on the screen. I can't really see it. Morphtie. Morphtie. Lisa Carter, welcome. Is Sherry next? Did I miss Sherry on the list? Because I showed Diana as next. She says, Sherry, you're next. Don't fall asleep. All right, so we're gonna stick with Sherry. And are we doing Taurus New Moon, Sherry? Let me know. Well, Lisa Carter says, I'm new to this. What is the Taurus? Taurus is a zodiac sign. And we are experiencing the Taurus New Moon on April 27th. All right. New Moon for Sherry. And this is a manifestation, man, guys. Taurus rules it's the natural ruler of the second house. And the second house in astrology is all about assets, your things, your money, your cars, your house, all your things, right? So with this new moon, there is this huge opportunity for manifestation when it comes to your things, house, car, money, that type of stuff. All right, the first thing I'm going to look at, Sherry, is going to be your manifestation intention. So we have the Hermit and 9 of Wands. The resources you need to gather. And the outcome. All right, so I got a little story. Okay, so the Hermit and the 9 of Wands, Ace of Wands. The Hermit is spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul. It's about going within and being able to illuminate something, something that's been hidden. Nine of Wands is about doing something for a long time, perseverance, not giving up on something. And then Ace of Wands is here, and Ace of Wands is like fate and destiny. I think what you're trying to manifest is an out when it comes to that lower vibrational dark night of the soul energy. This could have something to do with depression as well. The dark cloud that kind of like follows us around from time to time, right? You could be manifesting a new, like a new exciting route, or something exciting that pulls you out of that darkness type of energy. The resources you're going to gather, you have the Six of Wands, which is about noticing something, notoriety. It does talk about a victory as well. You have the Five of Cups and the Two of Wands. The Five of Cups is the card that talks about despair and grief. It says that you've experienced some type of major loss. This loss has already happened, it's in your past. The energy a lot of times gets stuck with us, right? Like I was feeling here, when what you're trying to manifest the out of. A lot of times that energy gets stuck with us because we're very focused on the loss, the part that we're grieving. We don't focus on what's left behind. Let's say this is a loved one, and a loved one has passed away. And I'm not trying to make light of the situation, and I'm not saying that this is what it is, but I'm saying in the past, let's say someone that you care deeply about, right, passed away. If you only focused on their loss, you would constantly be sad about them being gone, or about missing them, or, I'm trying to say that type of lower vibrational energy. But if you focused on the things that you gained, like the memories you made, the experiences you had, the different things you did together, maybe all that kind of stuff. If you focus on that type of energy, then it's like that carries you on. You don't have the darkness trying to hold you down, and not only does it carry you on, but whatever you gained from that situation makes you more abundant because you didn't have it before, and now you do. You see what I'm saying? Two of Wands is also here. Two of Wands has been expectations for me, I feel like, all night long. So Two of Wands talks about being patient. It talks about a decision that needs to be made. But for me, since the beginning of reading tarot, Two of Wands says you're expecting too much. You always see she's handing the world, right? So like one of the, and to the left side, right? And it doesn't matter, Rider Waite, Blue Ellen Tarot. It's like they're handing the world in the palm of their hand to this wand, this left side. They don't even see that there's actually two wands. There's two options, right? This could have something to do with like being too hasty, moving too quickly, not moving quick enough, I think is what it is. And also, too, there was this expectation of once something sad happened, that sadness was going to remain. I think the sadness is lifting, and it could even be bringing you a little bit of confusion to like, wow, I didn't even know this could happen, right? All right, so new moon outcome. You have Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Justice. I feel like you're going to get some type of new clarity. That new clarity is that you have some type of like strength that maybe you didn't realize you had, some type of perseverance that maybe you didn't realize you were doing or capable of. But Queen of Swords is definitely someone who's very authentic. She speaks her truth. Let's say like you're meeting a new friend, like you set boundaries, you enforce your boundaries, that type of thing. The Justice card is here. The Justice card does say that a great injustice was done. Again, I do feel like that was past energy. And what's happening with this Taurus new moon is the scales are finally being balanced. And I think that the reason the scales are being balanced, Sherry, is because Four of Cups on the bottom. So Four of Cups says you have all the ingredients to manifest what it is that you want. But a lot of times you see the person in the Four of Cups that have their arms crossed and they're sitting under a tree. They're looking at the Three Cups and they're like, man, I don't like what I have. There's something missing. And they're not realizing that Spirit's giving them the fourth cup. There's always like this magical cup coming out of the sky in the Four of Cups, and they're always too busy looking down and focused on what they have and thinking they don't have enough of something, right? I think you finally looked up. I think you finally looked up. And when you looked up, you realize, oh, I have all the things I need to manifest what it is that I want. All right, let's pull Magic of the Unicorn for guidance. Cosmic Diamond. Spread hope and joy and illuminate the world. Enlightenment. Look from the highest perspective. See the divine in everyone. That's interesting. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. Hope that was helpful, Sherry. All right, Jenna is next. Let's go ahead and close that list. Yeah, Sherry, hope you feel better soon. All right, Jenna, Taurus New Moon. All right, so let's start with manifestation intention first. Ooh, look at that. We have the Magician. As above, so below. That's what you're trying to manifest. Definitely. Very strong, powerful. All right, let's look at where you need to gather your resources. We have Nine of Pentacles. Doing something on your own. This could also have something to do with the messenger, and I think it does because the messenger is what's sticking out to me the most. So in Nine of Pentacles, you always notice that she's surrounded in this garden by all her pentacles. And it does talk about how she built this garden and she saved and she harvested. She did all the work, right? She's exactly where she's supposed to be. But she also has like one pentacle that's missing because remember the goal is 10 pentacles. But the bird is the messenger. And the messenger, the point of the card is supposed to say that like you don't even have to do anything. You've done so much already and you're exactly where you're supposed to be that you just send a message, right? So it's almost like you're about to bring something huge as above, so below, and you don't even have to lift a finger. You're just going to speak it into existence. That is beautiful. All right, let's see. New moon outcome for Jenna. We have Page of Pentacles, a new beginning, a new journey, a new start is the word I heard. A new start. All right, let's pull a guidance card. Magic of the Unicorn. We have Cosmic Ruby. Be a peace ambassador. Practice cosmic mastery. Be a beacon, an inspiration, and light the way for others is on the bottom. All right, I'm going to leave that there, Jenna. I hope that was helpful. Jenna says, that's what I was thinking. Yes, guys, don't forget, we are doing a live giveaway tonight. So if you get a reading, you do have to hang out. Hang out till the very end when we call the winner. All right, Diana. Diana is next now. Jenna says, ooh, that's my card. All right, there's Diana. Who's doing? Somebody's doing laundry. Like I just got this whiff of, like, I don't know, dryer sheet, like clean laundry. All right, Diana, yours is coming out strong today. So it says, I'm with the rest of the family and I'm standing right next to you. This feels very new. Um, it feels recent. Um, man, whew. You see the family, you see the kids in both pictures. This one has, you can't really make out if that's a male or female, but you can tell that that's a male. Um, I'm nervous for some reason and a little bit of the jitters. Again, very recent and had several people to like meet them. There could be worry about, like, if they were scared or like if they knew what was happening. Somebody could be fearing that. And it was very quick. It was very, 1 minute they were here and then 1 minute they were there with the family that has already passed. Like, the message is really important that I tell you that there was a team, like, for the arrival. So this, you're not gonna believe me, but I didn't even see this coming because, I was thinking, like, dad, grandma, like normal. I totally just spaced it. Um, let's just read it out of the book. I am with the rest of the family. That's the one that I'm gonna read. It says, please don't worry that I'm alone or lonely because I'm surrounded by all of our loved ones. They met me when I traveled here, and it's been like one sweet family reunion ever since, without any drama! Exclamation mark. Every relative and friend you think about is here with me, and they send you their love. Family relationships are quite different here in that there's pure love and no ego competition. So all of the annoying habits have dropped away, and our memories of our human quirks are handled with a compassionate sense of humor. There's going to be something about the human quirks or memories of a quirky behavior. Everyone is in a constant good mood and no one is in a rush. Defenses have all washed away, and our hearts are all open to one another. From a relationship perspective, this truly is heaven. I'm going to leave that right there. Very fresh. You don't you don't necessarily, like, pick up the energy. I mean, you do. You pick up the energy of the person that's passed, but you pick up all the emotion that is surrounding that energy. And because it's so fresh, it's so new, it's so recent, it's like you feel everyone's, it's so intense. And there is someone, I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's mom, there's somebody out there who is really, really worried and scared about the transitional period. And there was none. There was no, it was very, very direct, which is actually, I think, kind of weird. Every one that I've experienced before, there was this weird delay, um, where you couldn't really like touch the energy. It's like that. It was like it was really highly protected. I noticed it with my mom first, for like a few days, like after the passing. And then after my mom, I started noticing it with, everyone. And it was like this weird period of time where, you pass away, and like, I don't know, I guess you got to go settle up, right? I don't know. And then it was like after those few days, I want to say it was 3 days with my mom. Um, then all of a sudden her energy was like very, easily accessible, right? Like I felt like she was with me at all the time. But the first 3 days, I felt like she was just gone. It was weird. Um, so somebody could have had that like just gone feeling, and that could have been really traumatic and painful, and whew. But the message was clear that there was like this whole team of people. There was no downtime. There was no scary like, oh, I don't know what's happening to me thing. It was like I'm here, and then now I'm there with them, right? All right. I hope that was helpful. Shocked me. Took me by surprise. I don't know why. I should have been ready. All right. Next, Michelle. Michelle is next. I don't know, guys. Clearly, I got a lot. There's a lot going on in my own head. So it's like, yeah, I just wasn't. All right. And yes, Diana, sending you lots of love, lots of hugs, and have mercy. Yes, they are. They are. And what's weird? Did you see the picture with the family? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like I was like, whoa. All right, Michelle is next, and doing Taurus New Moon. That reading, Diana, it's got me shook. I just there's so much energy over there. There's so much going on. Like you must have a lot. And I don't mean to say this like I know this sounds a certain way, but it's like there's a lot of people, Diana, on the other side. But then and there's so much like celebration and all of this. It's such a, I don't know, big energy. And then over here, the energy is just as equal, but it's the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's so heavy and so, it just, whew. All right. Michelle, manifestation intentions. Manifestation intentions. The magician wanting to come back out again. 5 of Swords. Interesting. Again, as above, so below. You're trying to bring some peace, some calmness into your life. For some reason, I just heard the word serendipity. Maybe it's not serendipity. What's the other word? Oh, Junie wrote it down the other day for something. I'm seeing it. Oh, he wrote it down for one of those inspirational rocks we were doing at Prizer. Um, not serendipity. Mm. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. But it's peace. You're trying to bring peace, calmness into your life. There's something with Five of Swords. There could be like physical disagreements, like people are actually arguing. There could be some negative thinking as well. If you're trying to like turn the tables, right? Everything's chaotic and you want to bring like calm and stability. You're not going to be able to do that if there's like negative thinking, right? If there's a lack of faith, um, if there is any type of low vibrational communication, whether that's between you, your higher self, however, this could have something to do with like how you're speaking to yourself. This could even have something to do with like how you're speaking to like the universe, spirit, something like that. I think it's more about just like negative thinking, like, oh, it's always going to be this way, or I don't know how to make it different, or, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing. But what you're trying to manifest is definitely going to be like the intent is definitely to bring what's above down below, right? Which is the peace and serenity. That's the word, serenity. And unconditional love and all of that energy. It's like you're trying to bring it down into the 3D. All right, let's look at resources to gather. Resources to gather. Six of Cups, reunion energy, someone from your past. Could have something to do with children. Queen of Swords is here. Queen of Swords is about speaking your truth, having healthy boundaries, and enforcing those boundaries. This is giving twin flame vibes. Six of Cups reunion, strong twin flame vibes, especially if Virgo is like a big placement. Sun, Moon, Rising. With the Magician, I don't think you're trying to manifest twin flames. I think that you're transmuting the Earth's lower vibrational energy, and I think that you may have to connect with that energy in order to do something. And I think that when you do, you will. Queen of Swords, you'll speak your truth and have strong boundaries that you won't be scared to enforce the boundaries. I think before there was fear to enforce boundaries. A lot of times that's kind of common, especially with twin vibes, because you're like, oh, I don't want to enforce it, and then it goes away type of energy. I feel like that's no longer the case for whatever reason. All right, let's look at new moon outcome. This all seems very 5D, Michelle. This is unique. I feel like that doesn't normally happen to me when I'm reading. All right, Page of Cups comes out and the Empress comes out as well. A big confirmation there with the Empress. So some type of new offer is made, some type of new offer. And I think that the new offer that is made could have something to do that is spiritual. It does show the fish like jumping out of the cup. So it is that energy of like there's a slippery situation. Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom. All of this could have something to do with bringing you some type of grounded energy, some type of like new resource, some type of new outlet, that type of thing. All right, let's pull a guidance card. Interesting, Michelle. Very 5D and very strong. We didn't see the lovers or anything, but it's very strong connection, spiritual connection, and it's like very purposeful. This reading is very purposeful. All right, Unicorn Portal. Focus your light and listen to a message. Magical Crystal Cave. Switch on your inner light and bring forward your gifts is on the bottom. All right, Michelle, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Sandra is next. Michelle says, I'm a Virgo rising. I love it. Says I can't spell. That was the word, yes. William 3130. He knew what the word. He's the one that wrote it. He came with me when we did the motivational, inspirational words on our rock painting. And that was his Serenity. She says resonates on several levels, both inner as well with family. Love it. All right, list. I have Sandra, Vanessa, Ravi, Amanda, Divine Timing, Morph on Twitch. Morph on Twitch. Let me know if you're still there. Lisa on Facebook. Twitch comes in and they see like they're the only person. They're like, I'm not gonna wait around for 3 other platforms. I still haven't got my TikTok situated. It lets me like I can live stream on TikTok, which I think I'm gonna do in the next couple of days because it says I have to do one in order to keep my live incentive pay thing. So I think I'm gonna just do like a random live on TikTok for fun, free reading, something like that. I'll announce it, like I'll post it over on Facebook and stuff when I get ready to do it. But yeah, I gotta figure out how to get another camera in order to do TikTok, and then we'll be multi-streaming on 4 platforms. I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna leave Twitch again, you know what I'm saying, and then go to TikTok just for something else to happen over on TikTok. So we'll just do all 4, and I'll just do, the TikTok on a different, um, right? I've used my phone, guys, since the beginning of PLR. It's my phone that has the video on it. But sister did give me an extra camera, which of course I left over there like a moron. So I need to take a trip back over there, pick up the extra camera, a few other things that I need for the live streaming, and then yeah, then we'll be get it back together over on TikTok. But for Twitch, I know it's hard because it's slow over there. I think we're over 1,000 everywhere except Twitch. Um, super, super slow. It started out super fast, of course, but the moment they realized I was multi-streaming, they were like, breaks. All right, Sandra is next. Sandra is doing Taurus New Moon. All right, here we go, Sandra. Manifestation, intention. We have 3 of Swords. Something hurts and you're tired of it hurting. 10 of Cups, emotional contentment. You want something to make you happy. Happy home, happy family. There could be some type of sadness in the home as well. It's like you're trying to lift the energies. But it's definitely 3 of Swords. A stab to the heart, wanting the pain to go away. I mean, I know we're seeing 10 of Cups, happy home, happy family, but the couple is what's sticking out to me more. The embrace is what's sticking out to me. I don't think you're manifesting a new embrace. I think you're manifesting healing from something that's already happened. All right, so resources to gather. We have Queen of Cups. That's your unconditional love. That's how you know to pour into your own cup. Something has depleted you, and you need to replenish, refill something. Inner strength is here. I think it's easier for us sometimes to just go back to like the way we're used to doing something. It's like if something hurts, we're used to it hurting, so we're just go back to it. Um, let me just think of an example. Um, I don't know. Think of somebody who exercises because they're trying to lose weight, right? And then they lose a few pounds, and then they maybe like decide that the next week, they're not going to exercise as much because they've been seeing, results, and maybe they're going to, have a date or cheat date this time, and they're going to eat like extra food this day because they've been doing so well, and it's giving that type of vibe, like um you went through something where you learned how to replenish yourself, you learned how to refill your cup, you got to where you were feeling like really really good about something, and then it's like bam, something comes in and takes that energy, and it's like now you're trying to manifest a healing from that situation. And what you're going to have to do is go back to the beginning, go back to when we started, go back to when you first learned how to replenish your cup, how to pour into yourself. All right, let's look at new moon outcome. Strength card is Leo energy. You could be dealing with a Leo, Sandra. Oh. All right, so the new moon outcome is the Hermit. It's like something comes to light. King of Wands, it's most likely who comes to light. King of Wands is someone who's very confident in themselves. Eight of Swords is self-restriction. You're breaking free from that energy. Someone could be coming out of Dark Night of the Soul. I mean, it's also very possible. This Taurus New Moon has the opportunity to either help you see something about someone that's still in some type of darkness, help you illuminate like what their darkness is for them, or it's going to help you become more confident in getting out of that darkness if that's you, right? All right, let's pull. I think it's someone around you. I think you already did this work. You already had Ten of Cups energy, and I think somebody siphoned that energy out, and now you're having to replenish your cup again. And I think you're about to see something dark is coming out from that King of Wands energy. I'm not saying that the person themselves is dark. I feel like they're just healing and going through some darker energies. All right, law of grace. Be your divine essence. Dissolve all in grace. Access your gifts. Explore your treasure chest. Accept who you truly are. Number 11 is on the bottom. Look for the signs. Pay attention. Expect an answer. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. Hope that was helpful. Numb to the familiar pain. That's not perfect. All right, next I have Vanessa. Lisa. Is Lisa on Facebook or YouTube? Lisa is on Facebook. Lisa, do you have a specific question? Spirit says you have a specific question. All right, Vanessa's turn. Vanessa is doing a Taurus New Moon. All right, Vanessa, first thing I'm going to start out with is your manifestation intention. What is it that you're trying to manifest? What do you have a good chance of manifesting with the Taurus New Moon? Comes in April 27th. We have 5 of Cups coming out, Queen of Swords coming out. Cutting something off, closing something out. It's interesting because 5 of Cups is loss, and Queen of Swords is like telling someone off. So it's like you could be telling someone to get lost. You could be manifesting an opportunity to tell someone. It's all about communication, Queen of Swords. So it's like telling someone how they made you feel. Could be trying to manifest some type of emotional conversation. All right, let's look at the resources that you need to gather. The 8 of Swords comes out. I almost dropped it. And the Lovers comes out. 8 of Wands on the bottom. All right, so 8 of Swords, self-restriction, breaking free from something. The Lovers, I know that we want to think it's like, oh, it's about somebody, but it's not. That's you. The Lovers is when you chose to heal yourself. So the resources you're going to gather could be collective energies that have to do with the power you need to be able to break free from something. Something where you feel you need to heal yourself from. Gemini energy coming out strongly with the Lovers. All right, let's look at New Moon outcome. New Moon outcome for Vanessa. We have the Moon coming out and 9 of Swords. Some type of illumination and breaking free. Knight of Swords is my clue card for breakup. But it says you're quick to go towards something that's being illuminated. Maybe going towards something that you used to fear. It's like the new moon is giving you an opportunity not to fear it anymore. King of Wands is on the bottom. King of Wands is about courage and confidence. All right, Vanessa, let's pull a guidance card. The Moon, Major Arcana, Cancer energy, also Pisces. The freedom of truth. Communicate honestly. Be who you truly are. Big confirmation. Mahatma energy is on the bottom. Build your light body and accelerate your ascension. All right, Vanessa, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. All right. Ravi Taha. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I hope not. I like to say Ravi for short. He's just wondering about my marriage in my house. We had a water leak. It's taking insurance and minutes to get back in touch with this. My marriage. Just don't know about it anymore. Husband over here help me. I'm so tired. Okay, so when I get to yours, Lisa, when I get to the general guidance one, I'm gonna want you to think of your question. Really think of your question, what it is that you really, really want to know. I see it in there in that little thing that you wrote, but I want you to focus just on that part. All right. And I think that's really collective too, right? Like so much is going on everywhere. If you look out like the world, what's happening in the world, there's so much going on. It has this like, you know, for me, I feel like it's like these big bombs going off everywhere. It's like boom, there's a boom over here. I go look to see what's going on, and it's like bam, there's another boom over here. So now I got to look over here to see what's going on, and then I then got distracted from the first one that I was trying to figure out. You see what I'm trying to say? And it's like that for everyone. It's the whole world is experiencing that energy. It's like that in the astrology, right? I do feel that Taurus New Moon energy is going to give us a little bit of more grounding, more stability, which you know we're all ready for. We went through those months, January, February, you know, March, where everything was so slow. Remember, I talked about at the beginning of the live where I was like, January was 6 months long. Do you guys remember that? And we were like, oh my gosh, when is this month going to be over? And then March came along and it was like, bam, that's when the season, like everything kind of kicked off and it got so busy. And it's like everything happening at one time that you can't even focus on one thing, right? But as Taurus New Moon comes in, and you know, Taurus season has started now, but as Taurus New Moon comes in on the 27th, that energy will start to get calmer and more stable. You'll start to um, you know, for some of us, literally rebuilding foundations, right? And I do feel that the eclipse season showed us a lot of stuff. Like Lisa's asking about a relationship, right? And I think a lot of relationships were illuminated during the eclipse season. So this new moon is your walking away point or your buckling down point. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like for the most part, people are buckling down. Like that's what it feels like collectively. It's like people are becoming more committed, I guess is the word. All right, Robbie is here. And I'm assuming we're doing Taurus New Moon. Yes, I see it on Diana's list. All right. Guys, I'll be back Wednesday. Wednesday night, we're going to do all 12 signs. We are going to be looking at that first week of April, of May. Don't listen to me. I need to figure out when we're going to do the May transits. We'll probably do that on the 28th, so the day after the new moon. And then I'm thinking on the 2nd, maybe this Friday or maybe next Friday. We're going to do May's twin flame energy update. All right, Robbie, let's see what you're trying to manifest. What's your manifestation intention with Taurus New Moon? Okay, I dropped all of them. Knight of Swords, breaking free, the Strength card, Ten of Wands, Six of Wands. You are chasing some victory. Some notoriety. You want somebody to notice you, or you want a group of people to notice what you're doing. I feel like you could feel like you have a lot of weight on your shoulders, that 10 of Wands and the Strength card. But regardless of what you're trying to manifest, there's something that you're going to have to get the courage to break free from first. There's this energy here, Robbie, like you're trying to bring something in, but you're not making room for it. And we talked about that energy at the beginning of the live. We talked about how important this Taurus new moon was going to require us to declutter, remove things out of the way. So it's like, if you want something, this thing that you're trying to manifest that you want, that's going to like take these heavy burdens off of your shoulders, or it's going to make people notice you or give you some type of like achievement or notoriety, recognition is the word. You're going to have to first break free from something. It could be like breaking free from an idea, a thought, a belief system, something like that. And I mean, it could have something to do with a relationship as well. If you're trying to bring in success and notoriety and that type of recognition into your life, and you're in a relationship that's, hindering you or slowing you down, well, you're gonna have to release that in order to make room for the more positive energy, right? I think it's more about a belief system. All right, let's look at the resources that you need to gather. So we have Page of Swords. We have Queen of Swords. Look at all the sword energy. And we have Ace of Wands coming out. Fate, Destiny. You're gonna have to speak up to someone that you could be watching but not talking to. They could be watching you, but either way, there's no communication with this person. Queen of Swords says that you're gonna have to speak up and say something to them. You may need to draw some type of line. You may need to make some type of boundary. But either way, this is fate. This is destiny. All right, let's look at what the new moon outcome will be. New moon, Taurus new moon outcome. So there is an offer that's made. There is some type of new beginning here. Three of Pentacles comes out. Three of Pentacles is teamwork coming together. And I also see a tower. Three of Swords is on the bottom. I think you've been doing something for a very long time on your own, and I think you're about to get some type of surprise, because I think that energy maybe comes back around. And I think it's very possible that that is surprising to you, because again, you've been doing something on your own for a very long time. That's why we have shock and surprise. I'm not seeing tower like, oh, big storm coming. I'm just seeing tower like you're sitting here, you're working, you're doing your things, and all of a sudden, bam, this person comes in, this new offer comes in. All right, let's pull a guidance card for Robbie. All right, we have Ascension List. Prepare for rapid spiritual growth. Be ready for opportunities. So big confirmation, because it's like you're just sitting here working tediously, doing what you're supposed to be doing, maybe very tired, exhausted, and it's like, bam, all of a sudden it happens very, very quickly. All right, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to leave that right there. Amanda is next. Amanda, say hi to me in the comments. Erica, welcome, Erica. Eight of Swords, Erica. Breaking free from some type of self restriction. All right, so I have Amanda, Divine Timing, Morph on Twitch, which we haven't heard back from, right? And then Lisa. So we're going to wrap these up, and then we're going to pick our winner at the end. Remember, tonight's giveaway, PLR tumbler. I got a feeling I'm gonna sleep good tonight, guys. I don't know why. My sleep has been so messed up. And it's like I'm only getting really good sleep in those like early hours right before the alarm goes off. You know what I mean? Oh, it's okay. All right, let's do divine timing. Divine timing. Say hi to me in the comments. All right. All right. And divine timing, we're doing, yes, Taurus New Moon. The Moon card comes out. Queen of Swords comes out. Five of Swords comes out. The High Priestess, Ten of Swords, and Nine of Wands. Ace of Wands on the bottom. So what you're trying to manifest has to do with your purpose, fate, destiny. Also has to do with communication. You're trying to bring someone out of the shadows, is what I'm getting. I mean, that could be you. Like you could be trying to focus on your um integrating your shadow self, definitely. But I think it's more like someone's hiding and you're trying to like pull them towards you, draw them towards you. The resources that you're gonna gather, you have Five of Swords and the High Priestess. You are the High Priestess, so you have this spiritual connection, this powerful connection to source, but you're also dealing with some negative thinking, negative thoughts. Like maybe you think, oh man, they're gone, I'm never going to talk to them again, something like that. And it's like that needs to be released. That needs to be it's not even about releasing it. It's like you need to understand who you are with the Priestess card, right? And then the New Moon outcome, you do have Ten of Swords, so it does say that a painful time in your life does come to an outcome and you do persevere. Nine of Swords, again, Ace of Wands on the bottom. So it's all fate. It's all part of your destiny. All right, let's pull a guidance card. Divine timing, Taurus New Moon. Cosmic Emerald, number 31. Create perfect health and access divine abundance. Enter the magic. Live in the now. Seize the moment. That's the energy that I'm getting. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. Next on my list is going to be Morph Ty on Twitch. Let me know that you're still here. Morph Ty on Twitch. I'm going to go check over there just really quickly. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Thank you, Divine Timing. I see Amanda. So we just have Amanda and Lisa. Is that right? All right, Lisa, I'm going to give Amanda a really quick divine talking to heaven message. I'm learning over here. The book, there's water on the pages, is sticking out to me. All right, here we go, Amanda. I'm learning over here. I've always loved to learn, and sometimes I thought that I knew it all. But now that I'm beyond the three-dimensional physical world, I'm astounded to be learning how everything really works in this beautiful and perfect universe. Even now, I can't completely comprehend all of God's plans, but I do see the bigger picture, and it's amazing. Bigger picture. There's something that's wet. There's a piece of paper, maybe has a water stain. I don't know, something like that on there. You and I are so much more than we ever dreamed of. The only thing I can share with you is how important it is to appreciate and honor yourself and everything else in life. You and I are like everyone, are God's sacred creations, which means that we honor God when we honor ourselves and each other. And I definitely honor you. All right, Amanda, I'm going to leave that there. The only thing I really picked up, I mean, I think it's your son, and the only thing I picked up was there could be something that's like emotional, crying, like tears falling on a paper. Something has like a water stain. It could be a photo, a picture, something like that. All right, I hope that was helpful. And then we have Lisa next. And Lisa is last one, correct? All right, Lisa. So I think I'm going to do a quick past, present, future. And I think that's going to give you enough confirmation that when I read the guidance card, it may seem, I feel like the guidance card may seem um, like out of your reach, or something that seems drastic or dramatic, something like that. So Spirit's telling me to tell you to pay attention to the confirmation first. All right. Let's start. Quick past energy. We have the Hermit. That's Virgo coming out strongly. Present. We have Five of Wands. Future. We have some anxiety. We do have Page of Wands on the bottom. You're at the beginning having a spiritual awakening. The rabbit is sticking out to me. Spring. Something could be happening fast. I think it's more about it being new. Because Virgo is the only major arcana to come out, that means Virgo is going to be a strong placement in you or whoever this is about. Sun, moon, or rising. You recently found yourself in a dark place. The snake is sticking out to me in the picture. um, went through something that was dark and challenging, but also could be helping you like spot the snakes, something like that. In your present situation, I do feel like this is past, whatever that was. In the present, there are some challenges that you're experiencing due to that past experience. I will say that it's not Five of Swords. So Five of Swords is more like it's brutal. A Five of Wands is it's challenging. Five of Wands is also a card that represents training. So it does say that you've trained for this, you've prepared for this. If you went through Dark Night of the Soul, that could have prepared you for these challenges that you're facing right now. Regardless what's coming, what's headed your way, I do see the Nine of Swords. I think that it's possible you're dealing with some type of anxious energy. You're really, really worried about something, not sure what action to take, not sure what words to say, something like that. All right, let's pull a guidance card. All right, two cards come out, regret and freedom. Regret says, I know that I cannot change the past. That's going to be huge. Freedom, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. That's it right there. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. You're choosing your free will right now. You're choosing your free will right now. Um, you're gonna have to surrender in order to find like true freedom, true happiness. All right, I'm gonna leave that there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, it is that time. I'm yawning. Thank you, Lisa. All right, so hmm. Let me know, Marie, if you're still here. I'm going to go ahead and put everyone's name on there. And then, of course, we'll draw. If the person's not here, we'll draw again until the person is here to claim the prize. All right, Dina. And Sherry. And Diana. And Michelle. And Sandra. Guys, whoever wins, you can pick if you want a picture, if you want your name on the cup. I think I'm going to do more of these because it's actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. Yes, sir. Robbie. Amanda. Divine timing. And Lisa. Jenna, did you do a reading? Am I missing you on my list? Did you just hang out with us tonight? Drum roll. All right, here we go, guys. Drum roll. I'm trying to pick one out. I feel like they stick sometimes. Let's just get one. Got one. Oh, I got two. You're not going to believe this. Sherry. Sherry has won like 3 things this month. I love it. Congratulations to Sherry. Sherry, I'm gonna message you. She's probably asleep. Wait, I'm supposed to ask, aren't I? I'm supposed to ask. You have to be here. You have to be here in order to win. Spirit says it's the rules. Sherry, if you're awake, you better say something. You better say hello. You better say hi. You better say something. Why is Jenna on the list? No, we can't. We can't congratulate till I hear. We can't. We have to wait. And actually, I may have messed up because I don't remember writing Jenna's name down. The rule is you have to be here to have the winning. It's the rule. It's the way it is. I don't have Jenna on my list, and I don't even remember giving Jenna a reading, to be perfectly honest. Jenna. Oh, Sherry is here. That's amazing. We're gonna have to give it to her. You know it. Sherry, you better go get like a lottery ticket. For real, for real. I know. I'm not sure if I want to just yet. Jenna was after Sherry, except for I didn't put Jenna on the ticket. Sherry, I love you. I mean, I guess we're doing 2 cups, right? That's how it has to work. All right, now Jenna is in there. We have to give Sherry her cup. We can't take Sherry's cup away. Sherry, I love you. And she stayed up sick. But we're going to pick two because I didn't put Jenna's name in there. All right, ready? Guys, the cups are going to come from my website. So I'm going to get with you guys and then we'll pick like what you want to put on your cup, right? Because you can put a picture, you can put your name, you can just pick a PLR cup and, it's got a purple rose on it. But I feel like if I want a cup and I get to put something on it, I'd want to put my thing, right? And then you just tell me. It will take me a couple of weeks I have to like send in the design. They have to approve the design. Cuss words or nothing like that, you guys. And then after that, I just put in your shipping information and it goes directly to your door. Like I don't even touch the cup, right? They make it, they slap the design on there for me. My website is through Fourth Wall, y'all. If you've ever heard of it, it's amazing. If you haven't, if you're looking for a website, Fourth Wall is the place to go, right? It does let me do all my merch and all of that stuff there. All right, so I'm already giving Sherry a cup because I love her and that's just the way it's going to be. But Jenna was not in there, and I just feel super bad. So we have to do it again. Is everybody ready? Is everybody sticking around? Everybody still there? I hope so. Here we go. Ready? All right. This one. Divine timing. I love it. Winner number two. So we have two winners tonight. Sherry and divine timing. All right, ladies. So what I want you to do, I want you to message me and divine timing. Tell me that you hung out and you're still here. Please have mercy. But I want you to message me and I want you to tell me what you want on your cup. If I have something already out there that you like and you want, just tell me that's the one that I want. I also have like the zodiac tumblers are out there as well. If you decide you want like your zodiac sign, you want your name on it, something like that, just tell me, message me, let me know. If you can message me on Messenger if you have that ability. If not, just send me an email at Rosa, wrong, Purple Luna Rose at gmail.com. And congratulations, ladies. Thank you so very much for always coming in here, hanging out with me, and participating. I appreciate you guys so very much. I love the idea of being able to design our own merch, our own prizes, and I definitely feel like we're going to do that more often. The only thing that happens is that when I make the merch, I do have to sell it in my website for a period of time, but it allows me to do that for members only. So if you design a cup that has your name on it, know that, well, we're going to sell it for members only for about 6 months. All right, guys. Wednesday night. Wednesday night, I will be back. We will read for all 12 signs. And Friday, I know until the schedule gets full, I'm probably going to be home in time Fridays to do the live. I'm not sure what we're going to do this Friday. I'm thinking the May Twin Flame Current Energy, but it's really up to Spirit. So it'll either be this Friday or next. I'm not 100% sure. But Wednesday night, come back, join me for all 12 signs. If you catch me live, come hang out with me. If you don't worry. I will put timestamps in the description box for you. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone who participated. I appreciate you guys so very much. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.